Welcome to Engadget Tomorrow. I'm Imran Sheikh, and this is where you get to hear about tomorrow today. Today we're talking about how AI's looming risks and effects are bringing people together to make a plan and understand what we're up against. The U.S. government is asking qualified members of the public to help them in figuring out exactly how to seize the opportunities and, of course, overcome the new challenges associated with generative AI. The U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo announced that the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, is launching a public working group for AI tech. According to NIST, the group will be composed of volunteers with technical expertise from the private and public sectors who will work together via a collaborative online workspace. To start, the group will gather input on how the AI risk management framework that NIST previously developed can support generative AI tech development. Then the group is expected to support the agency's AI-related tests and evaluations, but its long-term goal is to explore opportunities on how generative AI can be used to solve the most pressing issues of our time, such as problems related to health, climate change, and the environment as a whole. Raimondo said, President Biden has been clear that we must work to harness the enormous potential while managing the risks posed by AI to our economy, national security, and society. The recently released NIST AI Risk Management Framework can help minimize the potential for harm from generative AI technologies. Building on the framework, this new public working group will help provide essential guidance for those organizations that are developing, deploying, and using generative AI, and who have a responsibility to ensure its trustworthiness. The government's been scrambling to keep up with the rapidly advancing pace of generative AI technology. In April, the National Telecommunications and Information Administration asked for public comments on possible regulations that would hold AI creators accountable. The White House also invited American workers to share how automated tools are being used in their workplaces. Then Democratic Representative Ted Lieu and Republican Representative Ken Buck introduced legislation that would establish a 20-person commission to study ways to mitigate the risks and possible harms of AI while also protecting America's position as a global technology power. The bill would require the executive branch to appoint experts from throughout government, academia, and industry to conduct the study over the course of 2 years, producing 3 reports during that period. The president would appoint 8 members of the committee, while Congress, and in an effort to ensure bipartisanship, would split the remaining 12 positions evenly between the 2 parties. Lieu also noted that Congress as a whole would do well to avoid trying to pass major legislation on the subject until the commission has had its time. I just think we need some experts to inform us and just have a little bit of time pass before we put something massive into law, Lieu said. Of course, that would then push the passage of any sort of meaningful congressional regulation on generative AI out to 2027 at the very earliest, rather than right now when we actually need it. Given how rapidly both the technology and the use cases for it have evolved in just the last 6 months, this study will have its work cut out just keeping pace with the changes, much less convincing the octogenarians running our nation of the potential dangers AI poses to our democracy. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Mariella Moon and Andrew Tarantola and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.